Have you ever stopped to think about the humble light switch? It's one of those things we use every single day, dozens of times, without a second thought. But where did it come from? How did we go from fumbling in the dark to illuminating a room with a simple flick? Well, let's shed some light on the history of the American light switch. Believe it or not, there was a time when turning on a light was a bit of a production. Before the convenience of the wall switch, lighting your home wasn't so simple. If you go way back, you had candles and oil lamps, which required matches, steady hands, and a healthy respect for open flames. It was a process, a chore even. You didn't just casually brighten a room. You made a conscious decision to start a small, controlled fire. Then came the age of electricity and the incandescent light bulb, a truly revolutionary invention. But the early days of electric light still had some kinks to work out. The very first electric lights didn't have a convenient switch on the wall. To turn a light on or off, you often had to interact directly with the fixture itself. This might mean pulling a chain, turning a small key-like knob right on the lamp socket, or in some very early, slightly scary setups, manually connecting wires. It was better than lighting a wick, for sure, but it wasn't exactly seamless. Imagine walking into a dark room and having to find the lamp, then fumble with a tiny knob on the bulb socket to get light. It was functional, but not exactly user-friendly. This is where American ingenuity flickered to life. People wanted a better way. They wanted control. They wanted to walk into a room and, with a single, simple action, banish the darkness. The demand was there for a remote method of controlling the flow of electricity to a light fixture. And so, the light switch was born. The concept was simple but brilliant, a device separate from the light itself that could safely open and close an electrical circuit. One of the earliest and most significant patents for a practical light switch was granted in 1884 to an inventor named John Henry Holmes. It was reliable, it was simple, and it quickly became an unquestioned part of every American home. Of course, with simplicity comes the occasional human error, who hasn't walked into a room, flipped the switch, and realized the light was already on, so you just turned it off. Or flipped it twice in rapid succession, causing a moment of brief, self-inflicted confusion. It's a universal experience, a tiny little hiccup in our otherwise smooth interaction with home technology. These moments are a testament to how automatic the action has become. We do it without even thinking. Over the decades, the technology has evolved. We went from the classic toggle to the wider, flatter, Decora-style rocker switches that became popular in the latter half of the 20th century. They offered a more modern look and a slightly different tactile feel. Then came the dimmer switches, allowing us to not just turn lights on and off, but to control their intensity and set the mood. This was a game changer for interior design and home ambience. Suddenly, you could have bright, functional light for reading, or a soft, warm glow for a relaxing evening. But when you strip it all away, the core principle remains the same as that first clicky toggle on the wall. The goal is to make our lives easier, safer, and more comfortable. The light switch may not have single-handedly changed the course of human history in the way that, say, the printing press or the internet did. But it did make our rooms slightly less dark. It made our homes safer and more convenient. It took a revolutionary technology like light and made it accessible and effortless for everyone. It was a small, incremental improvement that, when multiplied across millions of homes and billions of daily actions, had a profound impact on how we live. So the next time you walk into a room and flick on a light, maybe take half a second to appreciate that little plastic rectangle on the wall. It's a tiny monument to a very American idea that even a small, clever invention can make a big difference. America moved forward, one click at a time. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this little bit of history illuminating, please hit that like button. And consider subscribing for more deep dives into the everyday objects that shape our world. See you in the next one.